What's up, everybody? Whoa, let me delete this. I have two things open. How's that better? Nope. Hang on. All right, there we go. How's everybody doing? Welcome, one and all, to the YouTube where I am streaming our San Diego Comic Con. San Diego, it's the 30th anniversary San Diego Comic Con celebration. Now this cover was already colored. I did the main work of it, but that's how things work when for San Diego, is that it's always, no matter how much time you seem to have, it just never seems to be enough time. So and you just seem to be delayed a little bit. So I'm like, you know what? Let's get the bare bones of this down, the bare minimum. Let's get this book out there. And here's the comments. And I'm sorry, let's get the art out there, and let's the bare minimum of the art, which is basically not any of this background stuff, because I changed the character up a little bit. And this is a fun one. This photo is actually of Debbie. Where is it, at? Of her posing for me back in like the 90s. Let's see where, if I have it, I'll show you my reference for it. Where it would be. It's somewhere. Let's see if it's here. Nope. No, that's me and Lauren. That's my sister-in-law, Lauren. Look, Lauren, it's me and you. Here she is. All right, so here's the image that I took it from, was this of Debbie, of my wife posing for me way back in the day. So I'm like, I always loved that photo. It was supposed to be used for something. I don't know what, maybe a fashion pose or something. That's probably 93 when she posed for me, or 94, probably 94. And then finally I'm using it after 30 years. So I've struggled with this piece. Fortunately, my pal, the great Mike Renzini, came in, and he colored it over the weekend. So I am going to show you the coloring, the reveal. Mindy Lopkin, our wonderful designer, letterer extraordinaire. Mindy actually did the cover. So I sent her the final files this morning for her to put that together. And we have a lot of cool things for San Diego Comic-Con that we will do on Thursday Night Live. We're going to debut them all. And we're going to offer a limited amount. Each of these Comic-Con specials that we have, one is through Diamond, and that is limited to 500 copies each. That's through Diamond, though. That's a previews exclusive. I actually did four pieces for 4 books for previews. I'm going to try to purchase them from Diamond at the show, and then we'll put them up on BillyTucci.com, because it's really cool. One, if you had seen, I did it's a dream project of mine, a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cover, which is something I've always wanted to do. I did do one once back in the day, maybe going back 10 years ago. And forgive me, but it might be like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 93. And I did it, and I had like 2 days to do it. They're like, can you do a cover in 2 days? And I was like, sure. But it was, they wanted it to look like the toys. So it's kind of inspired by the toys. My new cover, which I will debut and show you guys after I ink, or this week. I'll show it this week. Or if you check my Twitter, my eBay, my Facebook, Instagram, I think I posted a link to all that stuff. So basically, we're going back to the days of Patrick Nagel, someone who just was a big influence on me. And I just thought it was fun. Probably the last Nagel. I'm sure it's be the last Nagel-inspired piece I ever do. The angle's a little off, but trust me, it looks really cool. It's a great piece. This cover, I'm really proud of it. And but you know, Patrick Nagel makes things look so simple, and there's only one Patrick Nagel, so we can try to ape him and all, which we do a little bit. Have heavily inspired by him. The colors are inspired by him, and I think it came out really cool. I think it's very apropos for San Diego. And again, just really love this time of year. We don't know what it is. Every year I contemplate if I'm ever doing San Diego Comic-Con again, because it is so expensive. Everyone pays to go to San Diego unless you're a guest of the con, which happens. I've only been the guest of the con once in my 30 years, and they treat you like gold. It is unbelievable, because they're far more deserving people than me, who are guests. But everyone goes, everyone attends. Joe Jusko, my buddy Joe Jusko, he's a guest this year. So we're going to get to see him and Linda, which would be a lot of fun. And again, like I said, they really treat us well at the con. So I want to say good morning to people. The great Marcus Killigrew, good to see you. Nicholas Gear, one of my heroes, good to see you, pal. Kicking ass in the independent, in the indie scene. Who else we got? Twitter. I could not go on Twitter. I wonder if I should text Niall and ask him to set that up. But for some reason, because I needed the premium account to be able to stream, and I did attach it to the Pop XP, but I don't know if that's a premium account on Twitter. So I don't know if you're watching, Niall, and if you want to try to set that up, but I'll text him. Let me text him. I know we want to grow the channel on YouTube anyway. I know we're not as aggressive as most people are when it comes to our channels, to the Pop XP, but we do it, I mean, we have big plans for this later on this year and next year. I'll be streaming a lot, especially now that I'm back with the new She book. So I'll be streaming a lot of live stuff. And let's just do this. Let me just throw that in there, making it nice and black. So, but we really don't promote our channel as much as we should, but we will. It's something that we really enjoy doing, and but this year we're gonna do a nice, not say really a restructuring of the Pop XP, but we're gonna do an expansion of it, and we'll let you guys in on that. Again, I'll be streaming a lot more than just Thursday Night Live with Billy Tucci. Niall and I've got a lot of big plans, so please, if you guys are watching and you're not subscribed, if you wouldn't mind, hit the subscribe button and that bell for notifications when we go live. So I don't know if you guys are watching on the Facebook. David Alicia. I don't know how to spell you. I don't know how to pronounce your last name. Alicia looks like, but good to see you too, David. And just call me insane. Make sure you hit that like button. Yes, exactly, insane. Just call me insane. So putting together this book. So this book is going to be a collection of some of my favorite San Diego art that debuted at the San Diego Comic-Con over the years. It's going to be a 32-page book. So it'll have a little letter from me and 32 pages of art, mostly that have never been published before, because they're all going to be published in their original black and white form, because it's a black and white book. We just don't have time to do a color book. And I like art books personally. I love books where you see sketches and where you see, pencils, inks, that sort of thing. And this piece will be in it too. This will be the cover, but you'll be able to see this book in all its glory. That's kind of cool, right? I like that little sheen right there. I hope everyone is well. Crazy weekend, right? The assassination of the front runner for the presidential nomination, assassination attempt. Thank God. Let's do that. We don't want to see that. And just incredible. And I don't know. I got to tell you, what a however you feel about the former president, he is one tough son of a bitch. I'll tell you that. How he was able to, the defiance that he has, and how brave this guy is. Like he got, I mean, you didn't know if there was more shooters there, and he's like, wait, and he just wanted to reassure the crowd. And man, that was inspiring. And dare I say, I think most of us can attest that probably was the election right there. That just pushed him over. But we've got to, the president yesterday talked about toning down the rhetoric. Well, yeah, you guys gotta chill out, man. I mean, this is, I don't understand this. I'm going into Facebook and I have to change my audience. I have to edit my audience because whenever I do this on the Facebook, it puts it private and no one can see it but me. So now I'm live, so I'm going to share it. See if I can. Let's share. Yeah, I don't know if I can even share it. But if anyone's here, good to see you guys. Welcome to this beautiful Monday morning. It's going to be, I'm up here in New York on Long Island. It's going to be super hot. I'm on the South Shore down by the water, but they say it's still like going to be in the 90s. So it got cold. It gets really cold up here in my studio. So I turned the AC off. So Deb is taking my son Matthew. He's got a doctor's appointment because of his shoulder that he had his procedure to repair torn labrums on both his shoulders. I don't know if you guys know that, but this poor kid, talk about a tough one. He wrestled all season with a 70% tear in his right labrum and a 60% tear in his left. So we had procedures for him, and hopefully he's all good to go now. He's get to go because he's going to be wrestling in college in a few months. And he's going to be in the lion's den, literally in the Nittany Lion's Den. So let's do this. And I know it looks kind of like, you're like, what is Billy Tucci doing? Well, I'm filling in some blacks here because I want to give this some definition and kind of pop this character. Let's go to StreamYard. Hang on there, StreamYard. Pop her out some more, and this black will really do that. And we're putting together a couple of books. Another book I'm doing, I could show you the art for San Diego. And again, guys, if you'd like, we will be offering them through BillyTucci.com. I think if it's 100 books, we're going to limit everything to 99 copies. I think we are going to. Oh, I messed this up. That's got to be white. Idiot. See, that's me not paying attention. See that? That's a big deal. It's just a little bit of white out. It's not going to hurt anyone. We will put probably, let's see, San Diego always seems to sell out that day. We'll probably put 25 of each of our books on the website. So if you guys want to get them, there's again, they're only limited to our Crusade Comics, which will be this book right here, the SDCC30th Anniversary Celebration, San Diego Comic-Con celebration, because it is our 30th anniversary of our first time going to San Diego Comic-Con. Debbie and I, when we were like two kids, had no idea what to expect. I was at San Diego the year before online, trying to get work, rejected by everyone, came back, decided, you know what? I'm going to do this myself. I'm going to do my own book. I was greatly inspired by a new friend who I'd met there, who treated me like a peer, Brian Polito, seeing that here was this young man in his 20s doing his own comic. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do my own book too. So that was easier said than done, obviously, because I'd never done a comic. I had no idea how a comic book was made, what one does, how they get into comic shops, any of that stuff. But that was August of 1993. In March of 1994, what's that, 6 months later or so, Way of the Warrior #1 debuted. And then at San Diego, it was crazy. It was same thing with us and the Politos, that they moved us to the autograph area. It was nuts. There was hundreds and hundreds of people online. for us. It was crazy. It was the coolest thing. Got to meet Stan Lee. And we'll talk about that. Debbie and I will talk about that Thursday night. We're going to go live at 7 p.m. And I'll talk about it, about, you know, where we debut all of our stuff, our new books. So what we're going to have will be this San Diego Celebration book, our She Gatecrasher, our next crowdfunded book, She Gatecrasher Preview Edition, which I'll show you the cover. And Wes Hartman did a little coloring job. It's sort of it's a preview, so it's an unfinished with my cover rough and stuff. It's a really cool book. And what else? We're doing the what I'm really excited about is the She 30th Anniversary She Way the Warrior #1. The last She the Way the Warrior #1 we'll ever do. And it's in black and white form, just like the one we had originally done back in '94, because I had nothing to sell. And so that was huge. We made 3,000 of those books. They all sold out immediately. This one, we're just going to do, again, 99 copies. One's a black metal edition, and the other is going to be on a pearlized paper, because Pearl is a 30th anniversary of She. And we're going to have a nice pearl edition and a black metal edition. Same thing with this. We're going to have a metal edition and maybe a pearl edition as well. I will let you all know. Probably that's what we'll do. Yeah, that's what we'll do. And again, we're going to put a limited amount on BillyTucci.com on Thursday. The con doesn't start till next Wednesday. And if you guys want to get them, that'd be great. You know, for those of you who can't make San Diego, which I know is so hard to get into and stuff, but we're here for you. And if you want to get a copy of that special edition, and it's also cool because we usually sell out. We have preview night Thursday night, a Wednesday night. Not everyone can go to preview night, so they sell out Thursday, our books, and it's cool because you talk to them, you're like, "How you doing?" Like, we're sold out. Booyah! So let's do this. And then I'm going to show you the colors of this. Let this dry a little bit, and then I'll hit it. This is my Speedball ink. This is some cheap brush just I use to fill blacks. I have a really cool, I have this one as my favorite brush. Nope, it's not it. What the hell is my good brush? Oh, it's in my other drawer. Okay. It's a drawer. It's a red sable brush I've had since college. And I spent a lot of money of it in 1986. I might have spent $35 on that bad boy back then. Big. It's a #2. It was great for all my fashion art and stuff. To do these big old black lines and everything. So let's. I should put some copyright-free jazz on. What do you think? Oh, Bullet. What's up, Bullet? Ronaldo Torres. What is happening? The great, my goodness, the great Robert Romano is here. Oh, God bless him. Bullet. Yep. Got to throw in some good old blacks, of course, man. That really makes everything pop. It's had fun. That was a fun stream that we had done with Ethan the evening that former President Donald Trump was shot. Thank God, because can you imagine what would happen to this country if they had pulled it off? And again, a lot of crazy stuff. How in the world? What was that guy able, and people screaming for over 2 minutes that someone was on the roof with a firearm, that it took them so long to respond, the Secret Service. I mean, thank God for that police officer who distracted him, that noticed it, and the police officer ran up, and again, the gunman, if you guys had seen that, he had climbed up. I'm sure you have. He had climbed up. He put a ladder up there, climbed up the ladder to the roof where the gunman was. The gunman turned the firearm towards him, and the cop, scampered back down. Hopefully he got on the radio and just started, notifying everybody. But then it was within seconds that the shooter, then fired, on Trump, which is amazing because that cop saved the former president's life. Because then the fucking monster, the terrorist, had to reset, and he had to fire the shot because he knew the jig was up. So he knew that his time was numbered, and he had to rush the shot. That and Trump turning his head, President Trump turning his head, just thank God. And that's why I went. We go to church, but not as much as I should, and just thank God, thank goodness, because who knows, where we would be right now if that bullet was an inch to the left, or the president didn't turn his head, if that police officer didn't distract the shooter, if that's true, as the AP is reporting. Just crazy. And again, thank God. You talk about divine intervention. I dare anybody to, you're not going to convince me that there isn't any of that. So let's fix this now. To go with some white out and touch that up. Debbie's like, make her boobs bigger. Give her bigger boobs. She needs bigger boobs. I'm like, oh, honey, that's you. She's like, it's comics. She needs bigger boobs. It's funny when my wife, my wife she's a pistol, for those of you who have met her or seen her streaming, and she's like, she needs bigger boobs. So I made them bigger, and I'll go in with the white, with my golden fluid acrylic white to go in. That's nice and thick. Right now I am working with, and I don't want to tip it over, but Speedball, if you guys could see Speedball ink. I love it with the brush. Thanks, John Brolia, for turning me on to Speedball. And that's it. That's her. So it's going to be a great cover. Let me show you guys. Well, let me add some white first to it. Give me a second here. See if I got a white water. Nope. I'm going to fill up some water, guys. I got a little bit here. Sure, I got some. So I am interested in hearing all of your thoughts regarding the terrible events that occurred in Pennsylvania this past weekend, which could have been catastrophic. Thank God that the president was spared, and thank God for that police officer. A lot of shaky stuff, man. Right about the and this is going to be an interesting Kings tonight, but a lot of questions regarding the competency of some of these Secret Service agents. I think no one can disagree on that. And I know that some of them were trying their darndest, but they're just not qualified, or for that matter, they're just too small. You can't have a man that's like 6'3", 6'4", and you can't have a 5'3" woman that is there to protect him. She cannot. She's incapable of shielding him with her body. If you saw, his head was way above hers, and I'm interested in hearing what you guys have to say about that. But that's just crazy. That is just crazy. I get it. We all want this, but you know what? That's idiotic, and that's insane. You want the best people, the most capable people for the job. Me, I could never. I'm 5'7", so I could never cover President Trump. I'm an honorably discharged airborne infantryman from the U.S. Army, but I'm 5'7". Trump is 6'3", 6'4". There's no way that I should be there to try to protect him, because again, if bullets start flying, I would not be able to cover him, to walk him out. And did you guys see this too, that he wanted to finish his speech? He's like, all right, I'm good. And they're like, we don't know how many people are. Let's you're not good. We're getting you out of here. But my goodness, like I said, Megyn Kelly was talking about it. And again, I don't know if you're a fan of the president, you're a supporter of the former president, but you know what? Come on, man. The guy is tough as nails and brave as shit, like, I don't know how I would feel that someone just took a shot at me and shot me. Actually, like I said, by the grace of God, it just hit his ear. But holy shit, the world would be on fire right now, I think. Again, especially with the incompetency of the Secret Service, saying that they rely on local authorities in situations like this, for outside the perimeter. Well, the perimeter was only 130 yards. You could do that with iron sights. I don't even know if that kid had the scope rifle. We haven't seen the rifle, but with iron sights, that's an easy target. So there's a lot to comprehend. There's a lot's going to be said. The investigations are going to be pretty heated. Thank God. Let's just hope that, but I don't really have faith in it that it will, that the heated rhetoric simmers, is right now it seems very calm. It seems to be at a manageable level because politics get, but again, you can't call a man that's running for president of the United States a Nazi, Hitler, a danger, a threat to democracy, as President Biden had said just the other day, and not expect some nut to listen. I mean, every day you're instilling this, you're indoctrinating people every single day. And I get it. He's a political adversary. He's not even an adversary. He's an opponent. So all that he is a political opponent. And just that they're so desperate. But again, it's just infuriating when you think of the things that they were saying. And this is my opinion. Okay. So that's it. But for years with the fake Russia investigation, of course, that all came out. It was all a hoax. It was a fucking hoax. They had no proof. But what they did was try to damage his presidency every day. That was the lead story every night on the news for 2.5 years. And then guess what? When it was realized that it all was just a hoax, which they knew from the beginning, because there was no travel records of him going to Moscow. At the time frame, they said, I don't even know if he's ever went there. Nothing added up. They knew it never added up. They knew where the dossier had come from. They knew who had paid for the dossier. They knew this, but they felt protected by the press because they knew the press would not call them out on it. And that's why they had free reign to do it, because they all wanted this to be true. And I'm here to draw comics, so but I'm just this is very, very can I say, it's hard for me to think what I'm drawing. This is extreme circumstances of what's going on. This is something like the world, this is a world altering event. It really is. And thank God it worked out for the best. As some people are saying, civil war. I don't know about that, but you never know. But again, if there's ever a civil war in this country, it ain't going to last long. I'll tell you that. I think we all know that. Because, which side, that's all the firearms. But let's be positive. San Diego Comic-Con's in a few weeks. So there we go. So that's kind of her. Again, the angle's off. I'm sorry, but she's very bathing suit-like, very Patrick Nagel-esque. Because he was back in the day, he was a huge influence on my art style, like a lot of 80s kids. Heck, I ended up liking that Duran Duran, which is my favorite band, really, because of that cover. I bought that album because of that cover. I'm like, what is this? And of course, they were on MTV and everything like that. But really didn't pay much attention to them. The songs were good, they're catchy. And then, but I'm like, I need that. And back then, albums weren't expensive. I don't know, it was like $10 for an album or something. That's a third of a day's work. I was making $35 a day back in the 80s when I was working. 1986, I worked for a bricklayer, and great family friends of ours, still to this day, Mr. Shaw. But he paid me $35 a day to kill myself when I'm a laborer for a bricklayer. $35 a day. Then I came back the next summer, and he wanted me to work because he thought I was a really good worker. But I got ordered $50 a day to or $60 a day to work for a sprinkler guy. So yeah, I think that's pretty much done. So do you guys want to see? Let's read some Grievers. What's up, brother? Good to see you. What do you say here? I was with family who had a YouTube playlist on. Every ad every 4 minutes was a Biden scroll down bashing Trump type ad. Yeah, just crazy, man. Just crazy. So what do you guys think? You think you guys want to buy this cover? Well, if you want to buy the cover, it is for sale. Maybe I'll sell it. I don't know. I kind of like it. It is my wife posing. So here's the cover. Here's the art that I took it from. This is what was dead back in the day. I made a cool cover of her. Let's see if I can do this and bring this back a little bit here. I know the angle's off because if I put it more straight, it's right in my face. It'll hit me in the head. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys like this? Let me share the original colors. Hang on. Let me go to the book face. And here's the colors that are by Mike Renzini of this comic. And the lettering, the logos, Mindy Lopkin put on it. I will debut that. I might even debut it tomorrow evening on the Professionals, which I'm hosting. I do not have a theme just yet, but I'm wondering, I don't know if they don't like that I always talk about politics. I'm always bringing up political things and stuff like that, but we'll see. We'll see what the bros want to do. But here's the art. So this is the colored art. This is how it's going to end up. Let me move this over here because I got 3 screens. Coming to you directly from the Blevins Media Center. And let me go big with it. How do I go full screen with this bad boy? I am not good with the PC. See if I... There you go. Yeah, this should be bigger. So here we go. This is the colored art piece. Really happy with it. Very Patrick Nagel-like, very Rio-like. It's gonna have the nice San Diego Comic-Con logo down there. The lettering is actually the same as the Rio album cover. And so let's full screen layout. Actually, what I'll do is let's see if I could swap these. Let's see if I can swap them. Let me see if I could add this. Hang on. Yeah, okay, kinda. Kinda. Should be reversed. Let's see this one. Nope. Yeah, so here's the original art, guys. For this piece, here is the colored art. I think Mike Renzini did a fantastic job. You can see all my Nagel pieces, the pictures I sent him. Like, look at this. Yeah, look at this. Look at that. How do I make this big? Oh, what happened? How can I make it bigger on my PC? It's funny because on my Macs, I know exactly what to do to make it a full screen. But there you go. There you have it. Here's the original art. Let's have both. All right. Here's the original art. Thank you guys all for watching. It's 10:11. I have to find some more art files, get this to Mindy so Mindy can put the book together, get it to Dave, my printer, first thing in the morning, which he will print it up, and then we can have them for San Diego Comic-Con. Again, we will have a limited amount of these available through www.billytucci.com. Oh, that's on my screen. up there. So if you guys would like to get one, I think we're going to put 25 of them up of each, and stay tuned tomorrow for the professionals, especially Thursday night, where I will debut on Thursday Night Live with Billy Tucci at 7 p.m. We will debut the all of our San Diego Comic-Con specials. Oh man, I just look at this, what I did. That was my white, and I just put it in the black paint. No biggie. I got more. There you go. So I want to fix these little guys a little more. You see if anybody's on Facebook, if that is working. Oh, some guy. Hey, Frank Fusco, good to see you, sir. Yes, the media is complicit, and there's a lot. Thank you, Philip Pitcher. Yeah, thank you for the 80s vibe. That's what I was going for. The media is complicit. It's a lot of dangerous stuff going on. But I don't think they'll ever learn their lesson. It saddens me. It infuriates me. And it's just crazy. It's just, there you go. Adding some highlights to her eyes there. It drives me up the wall. I don't understand it. It's just dumb. It's just fucking dumb. They don't seem to be, the type of people to, they don't want to report the news. And I remember Peter Jennings one time said, "My job is not to just report the news, but to help you understand it." And that's not true. Your job is to report the freaking news. That's it. So actually, I met Peter Jennings, and this is a true story. This is not a lie. I met Peter Jennings. I worked at Cosby's, which is Jerry Cosby's was the sporting goods store at Madison Square Garden. And he came in with his son, and fitting his son for ice skates. I asked him, I said, "Mr. Jennings, I got to ask you." I said, it was the 1988 election. Yeah, 1988 presidential election between Dukakis and George Bush. And I said, "Who are you voting for?" And he said, "Well, I can't vote. I'm Canadian." And I said, "Well, who do you want to, who, if you could, who would you vote for?" And then he said, he looked at his son and he said, "Tell him." And his son said, "George Bush." So that's my Peter Jennings story. My brush with political fame. Yeah, I think when I go through, I think I'm going to do, let's see, we're leaving Tuesday. So I will also go live on next Monday afternoon to discuss Comic-Con because of, we have panels. It'll be like a little preview because Tuesday morning we have an early flight, like super early. And then we get there Tuesday. We set up Tuesday, our booth. My banner's in. It looks badass. Everything's looking good. Everything's looking good. Everything's on its way. Everything seems to be, there's our cover. Finished. And there you have it. Well, I'm looking forward. If anyone is going to San Diego, I'm looking forward to seeing you all there. Please swing by. Hey, let's have a drink. Text my buddy Dennis Barger today. He's going. Hopefully get him to come in Saturday night for our dinner. We do a men's dinner every Saturday night. I have requested Hawaiian shirts this year, guys, because we smoke cigars. We've been doing this for like 20 years. We go to Saturday night. We go to a restaurant called the Athens Market Taverna. Owned by Mary. She's a huge Trump supporter. She's a Greek immigrant. She's been here since 1974. She owns the whole building. The restaurant has been there since the 70s, and she is just a doll. And we just kind of take over the restaurant, and we have a lot of fun. A couple of my buddies are screenwriters. One's a book author. Steve Peros, the writer of the She trilogy. Steve put it together. It's his thing. So it's Steve, Mike, me, JC Vaughn will be there. Soloff will be there. Who else? Trying to think who else goes. Who else is going? Steve Millendorf from high school. My buddy Steve Millendorf is going to be there, and a couple of other people. Steve brings in a very eclectic group. Joe Core, who wrote a lot of Batman animated stuff. He's there. We have a fun conversation. We talk about comics. We talk about film. We talk about I'm sure. Well, we won't talk about the election. It's a lot of us. Some of us are on the right, and some of them are on the left, and some of them, some are on the left, and some are on the right. And but we kind of refrain from all that political talk because we just have fun, and that's what it's all about, isn't it? Let's just have fun. Whoa. Enjoy ourselves. Enjoy life. Life is too short. And again, everything can change on a dime. It really could. So, all right, guys, I think I'm gonna head out. Joe Bernardo, there he is. What's up, Joe? Again, Philip, good to see you. You know, you guys are great, man. Yes, Citizen Ronan. What's up, brother Sanchez? Cabron. Good to see you. We're hoping to get Lopez drunk Friday night in San Diego. We're gonna go to a Mexican place this time around, but I gave Lopez all the information for the lion's share, so hopefully he'll want to go there with on one of the other nights. And because we, you know how it goes is San Diego, you got to make your reservations for the restaurants like 3 weeks ahead. We've booked everything because it always ends up a bunch of people, and it ends up that it's not like, say, Garden State, where we're like, all right, let's go to Ruth's Chris, and we would make reservations there at that place. But there are, hundreds, there's 100,000 people walking the streets after the con, trying to find a place to eat. So we have dinner plan. We have a great dinner Wednesday night. We're going to go out with our friends. They're all friends, but our friends who aren't really comic pros. Thursday night we have we've got a panel with it's the Overstreet Price Guides, Lady Death and She. Let's make Lady Death because she is the senior lass of the two. Lady Death and She 30th 30th special, where we will debut the Overstreet Price Guide with Brian Polito, and then we have the Comic Book Couples Thursday as well. Which is Debbie, me, Brian Polito, his wife Francisca, Terry Moore, his wife Robin, Jimmy Palmiotti, and Amanda Connor. And it's basically going to be talking about what it's like to live with someone who makes comics. And we have a lot of fun with that. Hopefully Debbie's going to make some margaritas, and we'll have some margaritas at the panel. Chill out. We're gonna have a good time. That's at 11 o'clock on Thursday. Me and Brian's panel, I believe, with JC Vaughn, the Overstreet panel, I think is at 5 p.m. on Thursday night. Friday night is the Lopez dinner, where we have Mexican. Saturday night's the Greek dinner, and then Sunday we just order food. So we'll last year we ordered pizzas because we're just tired, and I'm just tired of walking around trying to find a place. And we used to go to Buca di Beppo, which was this Italian place. And we take everyone who, works for us and stuff for the con out to dinner. And, but it closed down, and that was always a Sunday staple for a lot. You'd always see a lot of people there. I think last time we were there, I saw Didio and Jim Lee. They were sitting next to us because they took their friends out and stuff. And you always see Marvel guys, and everyone ends up at Buca di Beppo. And they used to have the graffiti graphics, Bob and Gina Chapman used to have their Dead Dog Party, which was awesome. And we would just end up there at some restaurant that they would book and bar, and we would just have drinks, and everybody would decompress, and everyone was there. You got Frank Miller there. You'd have, Batten Lash would be there, Larry Martyr, Jeff Smith, Jimmy, Amanda, me, Debbie. Man, everyone, the who's who of comics were there. and you're just hanging out. Everyone's just everyone's just chilling out, just relaxing. Kevin Eastman, just a great time. So there you have it. Let me see if I shared. I'm gonna stop sharing the screen because I'm gonna see if I did share my Ninja Turtles. Old Scalawags is gonna. Scalawags is gonna put together a video for me. We're gonna do that this week. No. So all right, everybody. Well, here is the She 30th anniversary. No, sorry, San Diego Comic-Con 30th anniversary celebration cover. I'll show you the colors once again. Here's the colors by Mike Renzini. Thank you, Mike. It looks awesome. Let's share that. There's the colors. The final colors are going to be. Let's close that out. I don't know what that is. And you guys are great, man. Thank you so much. Everyone have a good day. Have a great day. Why did Jimmy Palmiotti have to say the Trump thing was fake? I didn't see that. I don't think anyone thinks it's fake. Who knows? It might have been like at first before actually he probably wasn't near TV. So if someone said Trump assassination attempt, I can't speak for him. I don't friggin' know. Yep, going for a Nagel, Arda Roy, absolutely, to celebrate San Diego. That was a big influence on me back in the day, Patrick Nagel. And I'm like, it's my last Patrick Nagel cover, so why not? And this book will have a collection of my favorite She art that debuted at San Diego every year from 1994 to today, to this year. So we have this piece. I'm going to show you guys something else. I got the colors, but I'll just show you the black and white. You guys might have seen it before I posted it. We're doing the She. Here's the. Let's post to this one. This is for our She Gatecrasher book by J.C. Vaughn and myself. It's this. Here you go. Put that away. It's called Everybody Charleston. So it's She and Steamboat Willie and Steamboat Wilhelmina. I don't know what their name would be. So this cover, we're going to do a She Gatecrasher preview book. I've been working on the art. That will debut there as well. It's going to be, I think it's 32 pages of preview art and script, expanding and differently formatted, plus a lot more new art from our sold out She Gatecrasher Ashcan, which is now sold out. So, and it's a San Diego Comic-Con edition. Sign my name and my Disney signature. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's a rough. This is the rough. I have the cover here somewhere. There's some art being penciled. So it's me. This is my roughs. So basically, you see like She is in cowboy mode, cowgirl mode. What Gatecrasher is that she gets trapped in comic book time, and she has to follow the trends and the genres through the decades from the 1930s to the present day to make her way back home. And of course, she just may or may not run into Steamboat Willie. So flappity flapper. Yep, indeed. So you guys are great. Everyone have a good day. Thank you for joining me. Lots of cool stuff coming out. I got to put together book files. I have to write descriptions of all these pages. And we're going to have a lot of fun. Guys, please pick up this book. I'm really proud of this book. I love this book. I love the colors of it. Again, it's the She San Diego Comic-Con 30th anniversary celebration of my favorite She art that debuted at San Diego Comic-Con, or even some commissions that were done at San Diego Comic-Con. Most of this art has never been seen before. And I hope you guys will pick it up. And we're going to do a metal version of it. And for the metal version, let me share the screen. Hang on, man. I'll try to. I want both of them. Come on, let's exit the solo layout. Hang on, guys. Okay, so you'll see her eyeglasses for the metal edition. They'll be clear, so the metal shines through, and maybe even the sky. I think that would look cool if the sky shines through. On a metal edition, of course, we'll then have pearl editions because pearl is for 30th anniversary, and we'll have that. So here she is. Thank you, guys. Have a great day, and thank you for backing. Thank you, Stat Zero, for backing Gatecrasher when it gets here. We're going to launch it in August after San Diego Comic-Con. I already have 12 pages done, 13 pages done. I'm hoping to have a lot more by the time we launch. I will be done with my artwork by the time the 30 days of the campaign ends. So everyone, please have a safe and happy Monday. It's really hot up here in the Northeast, so drink your fluids, and I'll see you guys soon, all right? Cheers, everybody. Bye-bye. Let's hit some end screen here. Let's find a little bit of end scream. End scream. End scream. Bye, everybody. Have a good one.
Hey everyone, thank you for joining us on Pop XP. If you haven't already, make sure to click that subscribe button and also click the bell for notifications when we go live and we upload some awesome new content. Also, don't forget to head on over to Twitter and follow us at the Pop XP and over on Instagram at the Pop XP. Thanks again everyone, and we'll see you soon.